You know that moment, you're somewhere quiet, maybe in a meeting, and suddenly you get that maddening itch in your armpit. Well, today we're uncovering the wild science behind why that happens and what it has to do with, the smell. Okay, so let's get right into it and set the stage for this very, very personal mystery. I mean, come on, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You're in a dead silent room and then bam, it starts. That unstoppable, can't ignore it urge to scratch. It's gotta be a universal experience.
It feels totally random when it happens, but, spoiler alert, it's not. There's a whole microscopic drama playing out. So, what is actually going on under there? To really get to the bottom of this, we have to go on a little adventure. Yeah, we're taking a journey deep into the world of the armpit.
So, to find the real truth here, we're gonna have to shrink ourselves down, way, way down.
Yep, a lot smaller, because when you get down to the microscopic level, what you find isn't just skin. It's basically a bustling city.
Okay, we've arrived. So let's meet the residents. Because what's happening in your armpit isn't just some boring biology lesson. It's a massive, non-stop party. And every good party has two main groups, right? The hosts and the guests. Well, in this tiny world, your sweat glands are the hosts, and the billions of bacteria living on your skin, they're the guests.
Let's start with our hosts, the sweat glands. Their job is pretty simple. They release sweat. They're basically setting up the venue, putting out all the food and drinks. But here's the absolute key. You gotta get this. That sweat, when it first comes out, is 100% odorless. Yep, fresh sweat has no smell whatsoever. And that brings us to our guests, the bacteria. They're just kind of hanging out on your skin, waiting for the party to start. Basically, they're waiting for the buffet to open because they're hungry.
So what happens when the host finally serves the food and the hungry guests start digging in? Well, that's when the real party kicks off. So when our little bacteria guests start feasting on that sweat buffet, they do what every living thing does. They produce waste. This waste has a fancy scientific name, thioalcohols. These compounds are the true culprits behind body odor, and they're also our first big clue to solving that itchy mystery.
The whole process is really just a simple chain reaction. First, your glands release that odorless sweat. Second, the bacteria chow down on it. Third, those bacteria produce waste, the thioalcohols. And fourth, that waste is the stink. It's also what can irritate your skin. So look, if you remember just one thing, let it be this. It is not your sweat that smells. It's the after party. It's the direct result of what the bacteria leave behind after they've had their feast. That's the whole secret. Okay, time to zoom back out and take a look at the big picture. Let's call this the morning after. You know, what this tiny journey really shows is that we aren't just individuals. We are walking, talking, living ecosystems. Billions of tiny organisms are living out their entire lives right on our skin. It's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it.
And this brings us right back to where we started. The odor is the most obvious sign that this microscopic party happened. And that itch, well, that's just a sign that the party got a little too lively, causing some minor irritation. It's all just the byproduct of a thriving ecosystem doing its thing.
So the next time you feel that familiar itch, just remember what's really going on. You're not just scratching. You, my friend, are the proud host of the wildest party in town.